I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, things like that. I'm going live here. I might get interrupted, but I can't wait any longer. It's almost 11:30 and I don't want to be up till like 4 a.m. because I got to wake up at like, I don't know, 8:30 or something like that. So I saw this article in the New York Times. By the way, you could subscribe for 50 cents a week. I think it's overpriced because who knows what you're going to get with the New York Times. So I figured I'd try an article live. Why not? You could hear me make mistakes live, stutter, all that great stuff. But we'll be talking about serious things, and I'll always make a point. What's up, Osaka Doll? Nice to see you. Bolset, nice to see you. Joni, nice to see you. Bernice, nice to see you. Real Pamster, nice to see you. And I guess your name's Jen Jen, I think. Thank you so much for stopping by. Caroline, nice to see you. And you know what? Here we go. You know what? Here we go. I'll repeat myself. Make believe like you're watching some video that got messed up. Amber Heard seeks new defamation trial after losing to Johnny Depp. By the way, this is, I don't know, 2 days old. It's a pretty new article. It's not from like months ago or something. Ms. Heard's lawyers argue in their appeal that the trial was held in the wrong state and that the judge erred in prohibiting evidence they say supports her claims of domestic abuse. Well, that's the thing is like, why would the case be in California if the paper that printed the defamation is in Virginia? You know, seems fine to me. What's the difference? If you're innocent and you did nothing wrong, what's the difference where it is? I'm no lawyer, but I just gotta say, if you didn't do the crime and you've got the receipts and you could prove you didn't do the crime, then, well, California, New York, New Hampshire, Florida, Ohio, it shouldn't matter. If you're innocent, you're innocent. But if you're not innocent, you might want to try to move around the state so you could have different laws, blah, 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 and try to get off the hook. Okay. What's up, Jan? James, nice to see you. Laura B, Lisa, thank you so much. Got 35 people here in 2 minutes. It's pretty good for these slow times. News is real slow. What's up, Wendy? I mean, we could safely say we're out of the trial now. We're past the Depp vs. Heard trial. Something might always come up, but we're beyond finished here. We're kind of going after hours, but we're following what comes up. Okay, from December 1st, so that's like 2 days ago. Months after Johnny Depp prevailed in the defamation case against Amber Heard, who accused him of physical and sexual abuse, he has begun testing the status of his public image, appearing in a fashion show backed by Rihanna and an award show in which he delivered tongue-in-cheek laugh lines about his derailed career. So they must have meant the MTV Music Awards there? Okay, well, mentioning MTV ain't so great because they're not like so big, so I guess that makes him look a little bit better there. But in Virginia appeals court, the legal battle continues. The legal battle continues. Well, there's still people following it, but not like people were following it before. So, but okay. Here's what I think. I think everyone's tired. Like we've been following this, some of us 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, some of us even 6 years. So, at that point, it's like, all right, just got to take a little break from it, from thinking about it, from all the stuff that's going on. And I think at some point, something will happen and the case will kind of come back. Hopefully, it won't. Hopefully, it just ends and Amber's like, I can't appeal. That's it. But I mean, I have a feeling she's still going to keep trying legal things for a little longer, for next, year or two or something like that. Because if she doesn't, then her career just never comes back. If she gets like some kind of appeal, some kind of legal win or something, I guess she's thinking maybe her career will come back or something. Last week, Miss Heard's lawyers filed an appeal in hopes of overturning a jury's verdict that Miss Heard had defamed Mr. Depp, her former husband, in 2018 by describing herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse in an opinion essay in the Washington Post. Mr. Depp, who was not named in the essay, was awarded more than $10 million in damages. Let's say it again. Mr. Depp was awarded more than $10 million in damages, and they never mention in any of these articles that you don't have to mention someone by name to defame them, because if someone's that famous, you'll know who they're talking about. If someone's that famous, they'll be defamed by you saying something about them in a major publication. If they're not famous in the first place, well, then I guess they can't really get defamed. I know defamation doesn't mean for famous people, it's just kind of about your reputation and things like that. But in this case, it's about actual fame. So in the cases it's about actual fame, then you can actually get defamed without having your name mentioned. What's up, Eddie? Nice to see you. What's up, Williams? And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. It's always nice. I get a subscriber. You get videos for free. Some of them good, some not as good. And I just keep talking because that's what we do when we make videos. We just keep talking. Because if I didn't talk, it'd just be silence and it'd be terrible. Claims that are factually accurate cannot be ruled defamatory. Oh. What was factually accurate? So, although the case technically hinged on statements from Miss Heard's essay, much of the trial focused on whether her accusations that Mr. Depp had subjected her to repeated physical abuse, including punching, headbutting, and sexual assault, were true. Mr. Depp vehemently denied Miss Heard's accusations, and during the trial, he argued that she was the aggressor in their relationship, which it did kind of seem like. All right, man. I mean, sometimes it feels like these newspapers are like years behind here, but you know, like I keep saying over and over here, you do have to keep recycling news to a certain extent because there's always going to be new people coming in and out of it. I mean, the US alone's got like 325 million people. So adding Europe and, Asia or whatever, or, like that's a lot of people. So some people just saw the trial, like, the football, like the Super Bowl, like, ooh, Johnny won. And they just saw like 2 seconds of it. But sometimes people want to go back and find out like more information and stuff. And that's why we got the New York Times. And I guess they're doing all right here. I don't see anything like totally against Johnny. In their 68-page appeal, Ms. Heard's lawyers lodged an array of legal objections arguing that the trial was held in the wrong state and taking issue with the judge's decision to exclude certain pieces of evidence, including contemporaneous notes from therapists that they say document allegations of abuse because who wrote the notes? Amber. And she could have written anything she wanted. So she could have just said, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but if I wanted to one day defame someone, I could say, hey, let me write notes to my psychiatrist, go to a psychiatrist and show her these notes that I was abused when you just wrote the notes yourself and made it all up in the same way you made everything up. I mean, that's probably why the judge said, don't bring that to court. Just my guess. Yeah, she definitely knew what she was doing. The trial court improperly prevented the jury from considering several separate instances in which Heard reported Depp's abuse to a medical professional, the lawyers wrote. I don't know, man. I think what happened was the medical professionals were not like physical doctors. Couldn't they just say a doctor or a medical professional? I mean, there could be a world of difference between an actual doctor who identifies physical harm and some kind of like mental health medical professional. And what does that mean? So what? All right. It doesn't really mean anything. She could have told anybody. What we're going by is the evidence that we actually have. Well, what we went by, I should say. Mr. Depp's legal team has also appealed part of the verdict. The jury awarded Ms. Heard $2 million in damages, agreeing that a lawyer for Mr. Depp defamed her in comments to a newspaper while otherwise declaring victory. The jury's emphatic favorable verdict. Try again. Take two. The jury's emphatic favorable verdict on all three defamatory statements alleged in his complaint fully vindicated Mr. Depp and restored his reputation, Mr. Depp's lawyers wrote in their court filing, which was submitted to the Court of Appeals of Virginia this fall. But it didn't. It didn't. It went like halfway. So what happened was, like other celebrities and some other companies and some other people felt comfortable working with Johnny again. But Disney and Warner Bros. And the corporations did not admit up to it that, okay, we might have made a mistake. We apologize to Johnny. So I'd say they got it half back, which is I mean, good enough. You can't expect much from woke corporations these days and, the media, but, getting his reputation back in the eyes of his peers is good. Obviously it's pretty good. A manager for Mr. Depp testified that it became impossible to get his client cast in a studio film after Ms. Heard's essay was published, and Mr. Depp said his career prospects tanked after it was made public that Ms. Heard had obtained a temporary restraining order because she said he had assaulted her. Ms. Heard's lawyers argued that there were other reasons for this career troubles, including unprofessional behavior described by his former agent, such as showing up late and having trouble with lines. And we got a super chat from Jan, and I got something. Thank you for the super chat. So I'm going to make a wall now. Whoever super chats gets on that wall. And as you can see, Lisa is up there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your name down, and you will be on that wall. Jan, here's my book, and you're going on the wall. So thank you so much. And I'm always so tired. Always so tired. I got a pencil, and I got to write down Jan on the wall. Here we go. Jan on the super chat wall. So I remember. All right. Thank you so much, Jan. Really appreciate that. Going to leave it up there, but going to also get back to the article here. Where was I? Right. During the trial, Mr. Depp's fans flooded the courthouse to support him. Wait, try again. Take two. During the trial, Mr. Depp's fans flooded the courthouse to support him. Now, 6 months later, there are signals that he is again being embraced by some of the entertainment world. Right, okay. Well, that's great, that's great. I'm saying that's great to two things. Osaka-chan said that her puppy's watching me, so that's great. And it's also great that Johnny's back on his feet, but that's old news. We knew that. Last month, he had a cameo in a streamed fashion show for Rihanna's lingerie line, Savage X. Wait, it's not Savage. I keep mixing that up. Savage X Fenty, in which he swaggered for the camera in loungewear as dancers flanked him. All right. Nice way to describe it. During MTV's Video Music Awards, his face was digitally superimposed onto the body of the network's Moon Man mascot, and he jokingly offered his services for weddings and bar mitzvahs, quipping, "I need the work." Yeah, it's pretty funny, I just look at that MTV thing as him continuing what he's been doing since he was like 25 or something. It's not like the biggest win ever. It's just MTV. It's cool. It's a great thing that showed that MTV was willing to have him. But the actual award show, I'm just gonna say Johnny's like I think better than MTV at this point. So it's kind of like a step down for him, to be honest. But yeah, it's just a good thing to show what's going on in the minds of people who will work with him or not. It's pretty clear that Johnny Depp is back, said Evan Neerman, a public relations executive. Even if Miss Heard prevails on the appeal, he said, the public has already moved on. Well, oh geez, man. The public was always moved on. The public always wanted Johnny back. That's not the issue. I mean, you could say the public is tired, I guess, of I don't know, but the public wasn't the problem. The problem was and is the corporations and a lot of the media. There's some media on Johnny's side, absolutely. I'd say about like maybe 30% of the media is pretty much justice for Johnny. Johnny didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. Then I'd say like the other 50% is kind of like in the middle, bad and good, and they just, finger in the wind politics. And then the rest, I guess, maybe strongly with Amber, like the Jezebel or whatever those feminazi papers are or something. E-Hack, I'm in the African region and YouTube blocks me from getting memberships from any YouTube channel, nor can I tip through Super Chat. Well, that's okay, but I appreciate it. Anything you do is appreciated. I do actually have a PayPal if you ever want to, but if you can't, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the process of it, but I've got some savings in there, and the links have been there for a while. And I'm in Japan, so I can't just sign up to all these other I can't get Subscribestar in Japan. I have limited options here. So I'm working on it, and I move real slow, but I'm trying to work it out. I know Patreon has had issues too, but again, I can't get GoFundMe, so I don't have choices, Bosset. It's not my choice. I'm not in America, so I can't pick and choose, like, right? Like, so Josiah Rises just goes to Subscribestar. I'll drop Patreon. It's political. I get it, but I don't have the option. So I'm working on it, seeing what happens. But I just can't snap my fingers and replace it like everyone else can. Or, well, not everyone, but people out of the States have trouble. So anyway, using it for now. Using it for now, for better or for worse. All right. Still, it is unclear whether major Hollywood studios will be willing to back Depp, for who decades was a coveted leading man. In addition to his starring role as Jack Sparrow in 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, he received Oscar nominations for Sweeney Todd and Finding Neverland. All right. Mr. Depp, 59, is now involved in at least 2 movies, a French historical drama by filmmaker My Win, in which Depp plays King Louis, and a film about the Italian artist Amido, my gosh, I can't say that name, with Mr. Depp is set to direct. Right, right, right. He's directing a movie. And he's directing one I heard with Al Pacino. That's going to be really good. Neither appears to have backed from a major American studio, although Al Pacino and Barry Nevati are involved in producing them. Yeah, okay, that's it. I'm not going to try to say that name. Right, so he's working on a film with Al Pacino. So that would be great. That would be fantastic, and I would watch that definitely, maybe even more than once. Wow, this thing's still going on for three pages. I mean, not pages, but All right, let's see what they got, man. I mean, I was gonna make a video of this, but I figured, yeah, might as well do a live stream once in a while. A little more activity soul on the channel. So it used to be like if I make a video, it could get like 20,000 views, like kind of easily. Now it's kind of leveled out. So a live stream is like a little bit more on par with like what a video will do these days. But that's boring. Who cares? Maybe someone cares, but not everyone. Miss Heard, known for her work in films including Aquaman and Pineapple Express, has largely retreated from the public life since trial. That was horrible. Take 2. I'm doing like live take 2s here. Miss Heard, known for her work in films including Aquaman and Pineapple Express, which I heard was very horrible, by the way, has largely retreated from public life since the trial, when she was the subject of intense online criticism. I wonder who did that. Well, criticism being, you know, choice of words that aren't hateful or making fun, just criticism that says, hey, Amber, I think you put that ice cream on Johnny's lap and took that picture. That's not hate. That's not insulting. That's saying, don't put ice cream in people's laps and take pictures. Nothing wrong with saying that. Nothing wrong with saying that 100 times if I want. At one point, she called the ridicule of her testimony agonizing and said she had received thousands of death threats. I'm not for that. No one's for death threats. No one. I'm not for that. Totally against it. I would never do it. I would never condone it. There were like a billion people watching, so I'm sure there's some crazy people out there. But if it's agonizing, don't watch it. If it's agonizing, don't defame people in the Washington Post. If it's take 2. If it's agonizing, well, don't get a DUI, don't commit perjury, and don't give people a reason to criticize you. Don't say your dog stepped on a bee when you're on the stand. All right. Oh, Lord, going in circles here. This life is just one big circle. But I think we're done here. We're live, and we get the idea. So, I mean, anyway, without totally finishing this article, it's not bad. It's not, really against Johnny. That's all right. Lori, you didn't miss anything. Did you actually get you might be a different Lori, or you got a new picture there. No, I think you're a different Lori. I have another Lori here. Yeah. Anyway, everyone needs to get a pick. Like Eddie, you just got an E there. You need a pick. So, anyway, anywho, let's see what's going on Twitter. Article's done for now. So, yeah, that's about all we got there. And I'm removing it from the stream. Say goodbye. And there's Twitter. I didn't even realize it came up on screen because I'm so clunky and using SteamYard and doing live streams. Let's see. I don't believe they were. I'm sure she must have got threats from a few crazy people. Like I said, like a billion people watched the trial. So I guess, with that magnitude of people, someone must have, But anyway, anyway, here's my Twitter. Here's my live little thing. All right. So you guys must have heard, I'm sure, whatever news you listen to, that Twitter is dying. Twitter's going down. It seems like the servers are kind of going crazy. It seems like there's a ton of activity. So, that's great. Okay, looks like this guy, Tommy Vex, is coming around with Marilyn Manson. Looks like Marilyn Manson might be innocent of the allegations brought against him, just like Johnny Depp. Wow, thank you, the Cat Vond, for shedding some truth and light on the severe extortion plaguing the entertainment industry. What's up, Astrid? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yep, yep. Yeah, well, here's the thing, Lori. People don't understand, when something historical happens and there's a court case and like a billion people see it, that doesn't just go away like, next month or next year. That's pretty much it's stuck in history now. So we're never gonna have, like the whole community together, you know, and as one big group again, like this big tidal wave, but it's always going to be there. It's kind of like Star Wars, like was like this historical event. It was like this incredible set of movies, and then the Disney ones came out and ruined everything. And they're long gone. Disney's still around, but the movies are over. The whole thing played out, but it's never going to go away totally. I mean, like 15 years from now, you'll probably be able to get on the internet and find people who don't like the new Star Wars movies, and 15 years from now, you'll probably be able to go on the internet and find people who don't like Amber Heard because of what she did to Johnny Depp, back in the early, you know, what can I say, 2010s or whatever. So it's pretty much here to stay, and that's it. But I guess I don't know. The real marker for me is when Aquaman 2 comes out and we see how it's received. Because like if Aquaman 2 does really good, let's just say a bunch of DC nerds, no offense to anybody, goes and sees it, it breaks a billion. The lesson they learn from that is like, well, Amber's in it, and we heard all these warnings that she was going to hurt the movie, but it broke a billion. So I guess we could hire her again. Why not? There you go. So it really depends on what happens there with Aquaman 2. Naturally, it probably won't be the success the first one was, but it could do good. So that's kind of where the end is for me. And if it does bad and then she doesn't get work after that, there's not much more to say. But she's still technically in the industry. But we did hear that because of contracts, they can't get rid of her. I read that not too long ago, and I guess I'd believe that, you know. So we shall see. If Aquaman even makes half a billion, let alone breaks even, it will not teach anyone a lesson. Yeah, yeah, but the thing is, it's not gonna bomb. It's not gonna bomb out. You're not gonna like. It's not gonna lose money like Disney's new. What was that thing that just came out that like all the right wingers were talking about? Strange Worlds. Disney's Strange Worlds lost like $100 million. So like Aquaman's not gonna lose like $100 million or like bomb. So it's gonna do kind of decent. And once it comes out a year from now, like I mean, Johnny fans won't see it, but there's not going to be any more banding together and telling your friends not to see it, and the overall feeling will have gone away to a certain extent of like wanting to hardcore boycott and things like that. So they're kind of doing the right thing by waiting another year to release it. Just let me check actual feed real quick here because I think I just got some message that doesn't come up in the I can only see the studio, so Something came up here I wanna see about some member and, getting to it. Wait, I don't see it. Okay, someone popped up that someone's been a member here for a long time, but I apologize, I missed it because it didn't come to me, from inside the studio. Anyway, let's see what else we got here, and we shall see what happens with Manson. We shall see. Right, well, I'm sure you guys knew about this. Just like that, no one is talking about voter fraud. Can I say that? I didn't say it in any context or anything. Ukraine or the Pentagon missing $3 trillion. Right. So, the theory is that, um, well, a lot of things you see in the media, Republicans versus Democrats, all this crap, it's a distraction. They put it out there because they want you thinking about things that are kind of BS and not thinking about real problems we could be solving. So that's kind of what this is about. And I don't know, man. Yeah, okay. Obviously, everyone's picking on Elon Musk, including Stephen King, who we know, well, as far as we know, because we haven't heard different, theoretically supports Amber because he had her in the stand. Pretty much thanked her along with the rest of the cast. So, I don't know, Stephen. I like the old Stephen King's, work and everything, obviously, but up there he is. There's my son at the sushi restaurant. And, I'd show more of my kids once in a while, but, there's rules and regulations about videos that are made for kids, and you can't be too careful these days, so you never know. Some video catches someone's eye and they think it's made for kids or something. I could be in trouble, but it should be fine. This live stream's obviously not made for kids, so, you know. I want my anime account back on Twitter. May just have to delete it and make a new one. Yeah, anime's great. Anime's great. Yep, very, very, very cute. That we know. Thank you all. Now I'm being I didn't mean it like that. That came off wrong, but I'm alive. What am I gonna do? All right, and Colonel Kurtz gave me a shout out. The only other YouTuber who saw Malamanson's possible innocence early on, eHacker. Yeah, I think it was just me and excuse me, it was Colonel Kurtz and then me. I'm pretty sure she started making Malamanson videos before I did. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I was in there pretty close. Pretty close in there. So that's great. And she got me some followers, and that's it's always nice, always nice. Always nice to get a shout out from this is nice. Christopher Lloyd has been tweeting out like crazy. I mean, I guess everyone likes Doc. I actually did a little video here. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Stuttering. Did a video here about Back to the Future one time, and there's really nobody who, you know, doesn't like Back to the Future. Well, thank you, Nikki. Yeah. Well, people told me about Colonel Kurtz. They were like, "You gotta check this out." I got so many comments about her, so yeah. Christopher Lloyd tweeting out like crazy, but he's selling a lot of t-shirts. He's very merchandise orientated, which is okay, but yeah, no, come on, Doc. He must have enough money. Right. You know, the media still pushing on and on and on with it. I think they're hoping that, once well, already, but once the whole initial verdict and ruling kinda settles down and everyone's kind of forgotten about it, they think they can probably put these things out about Amber and how bad it's been for her and things like that, and people will just believe it because 'cause they're not thinking about the case on the top of their minds, but, eh, they'll probably just keep trying forever and ever and ever. Yep. See what else we got. Wait, I'm back here in these comments and nothing's coming up. Alright, here we go. I meet so many people who read Twitter every day, but almost never tweet. If I may beg your indulgence, please add your voice to the public dialogue. Why didn't he capitalize Twitter? I mean, you know, Not for nothing. I mean, it's not a big deal, really, but, he gets, like, never less than 500,000 likes on these, so these probably get, like, 2,000,000 views per tweet, if not more. So, I don't know, you might, like, wanna spell the name of your company with a capital letter. I'm kind of a fan of Elon, just saying, like, alright. I would spell it with a capital. Well, we got the real Laura B here. Of course. She put the pictures of when she met Johnny on the top of her Twitter. Yeah, I would too. But, yeah, I wish I was there. I wish I met Johnny. Hey, Laura follows me. I've been following Laura since she had, like, 9,000. I think since she had about 9,000, little under 10K. So, definitely, obviously, a fan of Laura. December 2nd. Right, here's the New York Times article. New York Times, Amber Heard seeks new defamation trial after losing to so that she's seeking a new trial? Yeah, no, I have no problem with Elon Musk. I think he probably is trying to do the right thing with taking away censorship from Twitter. Like, I mean, people kind of look at people like they have one dimension, right? Especially politicians, right? Like, a lot of people look at Donald Trump or Joe Biden like they have one dimension, like they're only thinking about one thing. Oh, so, like, the thing about Elon Musk is he doesn't have, like, one dimension. Everyone has different things, like, John Lennon said everyone I'm not gonna say his quote because of uh I gotta one day get on like some platform where I could speak more freely. All right, but the point is, everyone's got like an angel and everyone's got a devil on their shoulder. So Elon's got a devil on his shoulder. I'm sure he does some bad things. His Tesla factories, I think, use some kind of like unpaid labor. I don't know what it is. Like kids searching for like chemicals to make batteries and mines collapsing. And he's got some bad things going on, but he's got some good things going on. And, like, when you're that rich, I guess you kinda get crazy in a way, and he thinks that he's gonna move society off to Mars one day or get that started or do something great, and I think, buying Twitter and fighting for free speech is his way of, crazily thinking he's doing something great and changing the world, which he might or might not be, but I would lean towards it being, you know, a good thing. What's up, Pines? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And da, da, da. Did I miss anyone? Yeah, I'd probably get a Tesla phone. It's just it has to have an editing program, I think, because I'm just so used to editing with iMovie. It's all I use. So I guess I could switch, but I've never seen a smoother, more easier way to edit videos than iMovie. So, like, unfortunately, it would be a tough choice to, like, get a Tesla phone, but I'd probably, I guess, yeah, maybe just drop Apple because at some point what's up? Wee, something like that. Ooey, 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 something like that. Alright. Alright, let's, move down here. Right, yeah, Laura's, still tweeting things. Poll, if you found yourself in a lawsuit, which insurance company would you want on your side? The one sticking with you through thick and thin through the end, or one who tries to bail at first opportunity? 409 votes. I'll just retweet that. Maybe we should get more votes. I didn't see this. Wow. Well, I guess Rotten Tomatoes ain't so rotten. I mean, we saw when this movie came out a bunch of bad reviews, how it's terrible, this and that, but, like, looks like it has a good audience score. I haven't seen it, just not my kind of movie, what can I say? Yes, please hit that like button, that would be nice, and my Mina Mata videos did terrible, by the way, no one seemed to care, unfortunately. 8 of Johnny Depp's most underrated movies. Okay, well, yeah, why not? Let's see what that is. Let's see, present. What's up, Josh? Nice to see you. Okay, nice to see you, Josh. Thank you so much. Share screen, and here we go. So can any of you guys guess what they are? Yeah, I got some pop-up ads there, but they're not the worst pop-up ads, so I guess I could take it off. Yep. Okay. All right, so maybe you guys could guess what they are, because I think what's that first one? That's Johnny Depp. This ad keeps popping up. That doesn't look like him. I mean, it does, but it's one of those roles where it's like, that's Johnny Depp? Really? I don't even know what movie that was. What movie was that? Someone's got to know. All right. Which of the most colorful and bizarre acting resumes to date, Johnny Depp has played some of the most memorable and wackiest characters on screen, but also brought great depth to dramatic period pieces and gangster films. Okay. The Professor. All right. I don't know what that is. Okay, cool. There's the first one. Right. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio in that too? Right. Ed Wood in Ed Wood. All right. Oh, that was Johnny Depp too? I didn't even know that. All right, look at that. All right. And Mort Rainley. This guy was in a lot of movies. All right, if I close this ad, it's just gonna keep coming back. So I guess I'll just leave it. It's not the worst ad to look at for most people, I don't think. So yeah, all right, all right. Any other guesses what the next ones are gonna be? Some people said What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and yeah, all right, all right, all right. Fear and Loathing. So wait, what was the title of this? Ah, was that underrated? I always liked it. I always thought that movie just got like pretty great reviews. I'm not sure that was underrated. I think it was rated kind of correctly, but I wouldn't know. When it came out, I didn't read reviews or anything. It's just that, you know, from talking to people over the years, the movie's like very well liked. It's very well liked. So I don't know. I just figured it wasn't underrated, not by the moviegoers, I don't think. Maybe by the media and things like that, but it was probably not underrated by the moviegoers. Rango. I don't even know half these. What? What? What is that, man? That's a Johnny Depp movie? Rango? What the heck? Huh. I've watched most of his movies. There's been a few I haven't watched. I loved all the Pirates movies. I saw Pirates 5 in the theater back in 2017. Yeah, yeah, I love part 1. I mean, it's such a classic. I love part 1. What's up, Adega? You wanna come on now? No, he's gonna turn me down, man. Adega, I know, it's morning for you. You don't function good in the morning. We've been here before. Ah, Black Mass, Black Mass. What's up, Aaron? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I think, well, you were here before, but what's up, Josh? Nice to see you. Pine's the new Siam girl. Nice of you to stop by. KST, thank you, thank you, thank you. Need a moment. You take as long as you want. Got midnight here. Right. Was Donnie Brasco should not have been ill received. Minamata, right. That makes sense. Yeah, because obviously, this is like kind of before the verdict, I guess, and people were like, "Oh, and Johnny Depp movie. What should we say about it? Should we say it's good or not? Because Johnny Depp's in it." The crappy hack journalists were thinking, "Ooh, you know, the corporations and the other media sources looking at us if we say something positive about Johnny." But everyone knew it was a good movie, so I'm not going to count this. And Alex Blackmar. I don't know what that is. I'm not playing any trailers because then they'll give me some kind of copyright claim in the middle of a live stream. And it's happened before. It's happened to other YouTubers before. So No, I'm not a movie buff. I haven't heard of a lot of movies. I don't watch movies. Last movie I saw in the theater was The Joker. Oh wait, Dune. Dune. Okay? Dune. But that's pretty old already. What's that? Getting on 8 months ago or something? Then before that was a Joker. Then before that was Last Jedi. So it's like I saw 3 movies in the theater in like the last 10 years. I don't really download movies. I mean, I watched Game of Thrones, watched House of the Dragon, okay. I saw that. Gotta watch that. Gotta watch Game of Thrones. But so anyway, I'm gonna leave my link here, and maybe Adega will come in, and then probably after he chills out and comes in for like, I don't know, whatever amount of time, then I'll probably peace out or whatever. But you know, there's the link, and we're gonna have Adega with his microphone that's better than mine, although probably doesn't sound so different. I got my blue headphones. How do I look with a blue headphone? I look worse now. That looks stupid, man. I don't. Do I have? It's just blue or pink. Blue or pink. I guess the blue is fine. You know what? Maybe if I put it like through my shirt here, it'll look better. 1 second.
Hello.
I'm putting this like through my shirt, and I'm gonna zip my shirt over my headphones wire like this.
Did you just zip up your wire?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do because it looks so silly with this blue.
No, I thought you damaged it.
Okay, there we go. Better?
All right. Good evening.
What's up?
Not much. Just
You look
decided to not
around.
leave you hanging today.
Yeah, I figured I'd go live. Do you like the advertisements there? I can't get rid of it.
Wasn't even paying attention. I've been
I like.
busy this morning.
Okay, well, you don't have to pay attention to that. I pay attention to that. I think that looks nice. I mean, could have been like French fries or could have been like, I don't know, bird seed, but yeah, just like,
All advertising destroys the mind, little by little. Distracts you from what's important.
I don't think you're really on the same page as me with this. Okay. But I'm gonna get rid of it. I got rid of you. But you're back. You're back. Yeah, you guys could go subscribe to Dega. Dega's been here a long time, and I let him on because he's got a good camera and a good mic, and that's about it. I don't know what he says. I'm
Right.
not listening half the time. I'm not listening half the time, but he sounds clear. He looks pretty good, and that's all you need. That's all you need.
Thanks.
He's done a lot of directing too. He's amazing. No, Adega hasn't done any directing. He's a doctor.
No.
But you were talking about Johnny, or you were talking about Al Pacino, or somebody else that I missed. So, how do you feel about Elon Musk buying Twitter?
Cautiously excited. Twitter seems to be a lot more fun now. I don't know if you followed, but I was tearing into John Cusack last night. It was fun. It was a party.
Isn't that Cusack? Like Q?
Maybe. I don't know. Just another one of the Hollywood people that I don't really care.
Yeah.
And most of Hollywood, I don't give a dime for, but he started picking on some people I knew, so I had to start nuking things. That's always fun.
Okay. Yeah. Looking at, okay, here's the Johnny as the King picture. So I guess that's why he shaved his goatee and mustache.
Trying to read what that's Louis the Fifth, the 15th.
Some projects recently boarded by Netflix include Mywin's period movie with Johnny Depp as King Louis XV. The film will star Mywin as Jane du Barry, a fearless countess who was the last mistress of the beloved king. Yeah, sounds good. I'll definitely see it. I'll definitely see it. I mean, why not? Why not? Why not? I have no idea.
I got rid of Netflix a while ago. I sail the pirate seas.
Oh, I've never had Netflix. I mean, I just see it somewhere. I mean, so I'll see it somewhere, somehow.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yep.
Um, action makes propaganda's effect irreversible. He who acts in obedience to propaganda can never go back. He is now obliged to believe in that propaganda because of his past action by Jacques Ilou Propaganda.
I wouldn't say that's an absolute. That's what the red
Yeah,
pill is.
yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, I guess I guess you could say if you act, you're already invested in the propaganda, and it's a lot harder to, go back on it if you've already acted in its favor and you've believed it and fought for it. It's hard to admit you're wrong and kind of backtrack, I guess is what that means a little bit. You know? Like
Right,
yeah, like
right,
you said, it's not definite. It's not impossible to backtrack, but it makes it difficult. So,
right.
they wanted me to pay $18 a month. I'm not sure for what. Twitter
Netflix, I
advertising.
think.
Oh, Netflix. Ooh, no way. And the one person Adam's following is the Dalai Lama. That's it.
Hmm.
And you know how many people the Dalai Lama's following? 0.
Zero.
I mean, he can't because his whole thing is he's the leader and he's like this highest
Right,
level of spiritual advice and everything. So he can't be following anyone. He's got to be on
right.
the top of the pyramid. So I'm not sure how many people care, but just kind of
Well,
going at
19
random here,
million
man.
do.
That's true. That is a great answer. That's why you're here, man, for the good answers. That was
I come to
definitely a
you
good
for the
one.
answers. You always correct me, so I'm good.
Tim Burton's Wednesday called racist for casting black actors as bullies. Ah, okay. So I'm not going to get deep into this, but is it just me, or people are called racist no matter what part the black actor's doing?
Yep.
You know what I mean? If the black actor's the hero, they say, well, how come they can't be the villain? That's racist. If he's the villain, they say, how come the black guy's the villain? That's racist. If the black guy's the bully, they say that's racist. If the black people were getting picked on by bullies, they'd say, how come he's getting picked on? He's black. So whatever it is, they just use this, and it's really a negative for everybody to keep pounding in these racial issues.
Well,
It
if it
seems like,
doesn't produce their message, they'll find a way to criticize it,
but there's
even
no
if it's
message.
oblivion.
The
Right,
message
right,
is no matter what it is, it's racist. So it's like,
right.
well, what are we talking about here? Why are we talking about this? Tim Burton looks weird, by the way. What's with his hair, man?
He's emulating a Muppet.
What's with his hair? I mean, I theoretically like him. Well, all right, I gotta take this back. He said, no Adams family, no Johnny. You know what's happening? The Adams family without Johnny. So I don't know why. There could be details in between contracts. He couldn't get out of it. He had to do it or something like that. I don't know. But it seems like if he says no Adams family, no Johnny, and then he has Adams family without Johnny, then he's not being totally supportive and truthful to Johnny. Am I wrong?
I don't know. It depends on what he wanted Johnny for. If it was actually for an Adams family thing,
Gomez.
which I didn't hear the
Gomez.
quote.
Johnny was supposed to be Gomez.
Oh, okay. Well, then it has to do with money. I'm sure it has to do with money.
Yeah.
He was probably presented with a plan where he can do his vision with a few extra million, just as long as they avoided Johnny. And he said, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It could be. I mean, I don't know how much money these guys have in their bank account, but I'd hope he, I don't know, just find morals a little bit more important. His word of truth being more important than that extra money. Like, I'm sure the guy's got enough to leave his kids and leave their grandkids and grandkids to be set for the rest of their life and shit. I'm sure he's got, multi millions, tens of millions. So he's gotta can't like keep his word about that. So come on.
Well, you said morals there. Morals are thin in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Not generally, but
These people. So yeah, I mean, there's some real amazing memes coming out of Twitter. The memes aren't for everybody. I mean, obviously, we're politically polarized. We've definitely got a community here, unlike probably a lot of channels you watch, where it's very, very 50-50 right-left split, I think. But so obviously, there's a lot of memes about Biden coming out on these threads that Elon's publishing there. So, but that's okay. I think you got to be able to make fun of the president, whoever it is, and whatever political side you're on. Like everyone makes fun of the
absolutely,
president. Like come on. Like
absolutely.
I made fun of Bush. I made fun of. I mean, Obama and Clinton were like kind of cool guys. I didn't really make fun of them like so much because they were like kind of cool guys for the most part. I mean, obviously, like Monica Lewinsky generated some jokes, but that wasn't really making fun of him. That wasn't like you loser. You know what I mean? That was kind of like a little different than if you get my drift. So I don't know what I'm saying here. You let me do all the talking. This isn't going so
Yeah, of
good.
course I let you do the talking. I'm not one of those people that come in to interrupt your show. I'm just here to help you out if
Oh,
you
no,
need it.
no. I know. I'm just saying you can say back and forth is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you went to presidents, and
Yeah.
I know more. I Some of you know I used to be a doctor, and
Mhm.
before my health got to a point where I couldn't practice anymore, but I had Secret Service agents as patients, and there's the doctor-patient
Really? That's awesome.
confidentiality, and
Right.
Secret Service is just in the United States is meant for doing counterfeit catching of the fraud type things, but then they also do
Right, like
presidential
in Catch
duty.
Me If You Can?
Yeah. Um,
Catch
but
Me.
I learned on presidential and vice presidential duty a lot of things that most people don't know about previous presidents, and they all
Okay.
disgust me. Very,
Oh.
very much disgust me. So you may think they're a cool guy. If I told you what I knew, because I've seen things, know the stories. Just there's over 18, I think it's over 18 Secret Service agents that are now in prison down in South America because they knew things, and the president at the time didn't want them talking, so he let the other country put him in
Mm,
jail. It's a fact.
yeah. I mean, that ain't good. That ain't good. So, but
Yeah.
I gotta say, like that's a terrible thing, but it's doesn't really affect like if they're like a cool person or not. Like they could still have a good personality and do that wicked shit. They're kind of two separate things. You know what I mean?
It depends on how wicked you want to go.
Like,
And again, I'm
okay,
not going to
okay.
talk about it.
Look,
I am
look.
not going to talk
Oh,
about
that's
it.
okay. Okay, so let me just I'll take it away. Let's say Dave Chappelle did some kind of crazy shit and it was just horrible and he went to jail. Would that make his old shows not funny anymore? I mean, they're
No,
still
no,
funny. You
because
see what I'm saying?
yeah, I know
That's
exactly
the
what you're
thing.
saying.
It is like even though he's done this evil shit, doesn't mean he's not funny anymore. His shows should be exactly as funny as they were. That doesn't change the content. So that's what I was trying to say about the president. It's like they've done that wicked shit, but he also had a like public image that was like a cool image that you wouldn't really make fun of, is what I meant. So
Gotcha.
you know, you
I
don't
just
sound
my
too happy
opinion
about
is
it.
so tainted that it's hard for me to think of any president as cool.
All right, I gotcha. I mean,
It's just
ugh.
me. Oh gosh, you're talking nightmares now.
Yeah, I shouldn't look
Talk
so
about bad
happy. Give
Hollywood.
Amber a voice. I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him. That's his power. That's why I wrote the op-ed. But I thought she said she didn't write it about him. She's saying she didn't write the op-ed about him, and then she's saying she wrote it directly influenced because of things he was doing or things he is. What are people missing here? What are people missing here? That like how does like Michelle Dauber, who's a Stanford professor, think about a couple of basic things that are out there? And one basic thing is Amber saying that she didn't write the op-ed about Johnny and she didn't defame him. She should win. Then she's saying she wrote the op-ed because Johnny has power. He's a powerful man. It's like she just completely contradicts her entire case. And if you're a Stanford professor, you should be able to see that and be like, well, I've got my narrative and my woke messaging here, but damn, this is outright contradicting itself. But no, it's actually amazing that people can't come together when there's obvious truths out there. Was it truths or truths? You're the ones. You're
They
the
both work.
truths.
That's a little more difficult to say, but they both work.
Well, both set. I'd put that comment up there, but I'm not so brave and so bold. I'm still following most of the rules. But hopefully, if Twitter starts letting monetization, live streams, ads, and things, which they might do, I'll try to do more stuff on Twitter. I mean, why not? I got
Yeah, especially if
almost
they start
3,000
paying you better
followers.
than they do on YouTube. There's going to be a huge incentive.
Gotta tell you something. YouTube's not that bad. Really
Well,
isn't.
yeah,
Some
I
people
could
blame,
imagine.
but
It
it's
makes
really
your
not that
wife
bad.
happy enough.
I'll tell you this right now. I made a video. It took me 45 minutes. I said, I'm not even gonna cut out the ads, just whatever. I just let it roll. And it got 160,000 views and made $500. That's pretty damn generous for I mean, that's pretty damn good for a platform, you know. So you hear complaining about YouTube, but the fact is they're not that bad. They pull shit here and there. They take things at random once in a while and they screw with things, but in the end, payments come every month and they're fairly generous, you know. So
The logic is if you have the same audience and you're making 10, 15% more, and instead of having super chats having 50% removed, they're only removing 30 or 20%,
mhm.
it would make sense.
Well, it's something like 30%, but we need them to upkeep the platform and have it going. I'm not paying to be here. You're not paying. It's all free.
Right, right,
So
right, right,
it's a
right.
logical. I think people like, oh, YouTube takes that money. Well, they have to take certain money. They're upkeeping a program with 1.8 billion users. Of course, they need to take money to upkeep that. Now they're making a profit, but that's every business in the world. You buy an ice cream cone, you're not like, well, how come the guy took an extra 40% of, you know, um, the chocolate sauce on there when you think about all the ingredients and shit. Like, of course he did. Like, you know, that's he's his business like everything else. So
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like their political standpoints. They're too um they get too detailed about what you can and can't say and all this and that. So it's getting a little bad with that, but I don't know. There's also some paranoia because see like the Daily Wire and a whole bunch of people getting away with saying a lot of stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. If I say that, like, you know, maybe they're just big and they could get away with it because they've got lawyers and maybe, you know, kind
Yeah,
of
that's
that level,
probably a lot of it. The
you know?
lawyer thing.
Yeah. So, but then again, there's like Steven Crowder who they give a really hard time from what I hear. So, and he's
Yeah,
pretty big. I mean, he's big enough to afford lawyers, right? So, I don't know.
right.
I don't know. It's I. It's I. I just think people complain more than they need to.
Well, my point was is percentage wise. If you can make more of a percentage for the same effort on a different site, it makes sense to me.
Cat at. Huh.
Instead of at, it's cat at. Put
That
ears on it.
looks pretty weird. I mean, I don't know,
Oh,
man.
Xavius did that.
Yep, Xavier did that. I've done a lot of Star Wars videos, and I've even done some kind of recently, you know, within the last couple of months. But I just the feeling is kind of gone for like it's never gonna be completely gone, but for defending it. What's up, Ruthie? We got a superstar. That's a really nice looking picture. You should leave that one forever. That's like one of the best ones. So, thank you for stopping by. You could jump on here if you want. We're just chatting. You probably know Adega, right? You probably know seen Adega around. So but yeah, we're just chilling, talking about Twitter stuff. Got like 55 people. It's all good. We're having a great night. And well, I don't know if we are. I'm just saying that. Now I'm just
I
running
always
to
have a blast on your shows.
Avatar
Watching or being
Director
part of it.
James. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no.
Avatar director
You're
James Cameron says testosterone is a toxin men must terminate. What? What are you? What? What?
He's had too much of the Kool-Aid.
Ah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. If you got it at work, I'm probably gonna only be on for like I don't know, maybe another 25 minutes or something. But yeah, just hit me up anytime. Come right to the chat. Just come anywhere. Twitter or chat. I always have Twitter. I mean, it's right here. It's just it's like part of me. It's like part of my arm at this point. Like you know. And now that I like it more,
His
I
brain
like
is
it more than
attached
I
to it.
used to. I like it more than I used to. Yeah, Ruth, stop by anytime if you never need anything. If I could talk straight, if you never ever need anything, then I'm here. Just let me know. And Adega's here, and he's probably not going to do much for you, but I will. And I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he will.
I don't have the clout you do. I just hang out in my own little corner most of the time.
I don't have clout anymore. I hang out in my own little corner with a couple of people, but they're nice. Everyone's awesome. So.
I did like that tweet you did recently with your kid at the restaurant.
Yeah, I used to do those all the time. But as
I
you
know, I miss
know,
those.
YouTube has not safe for children laws.
Uh,
So I can't have my kids in like a full video like I used to because is it going to be able to kids? I don't know. They could say it does. What's up, Chunky Monkey? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I see you. Yeah, Ruthie's been here a long time. Definitely a great supporter. And if you guys know Geeks and Gamers, we're big supporters of them. So yeah, absolutely. And Ruthie's a Star Wars fan, but also not a fan of the new Star Wars, but a fan of Adam Driver. And everyone's a fan of Adam Driver. He's was a Marine, man. He's like the real deal. And if you notice, like he played the part of Kylo Ren. He didn't get into any of the drama whatsoever about the politics and standing up for the movie against toxic trolls. He stayed totally out of it. So as far as I know, he's a stand-up guy. And I mean, I really absolutely hate and cannot watch the new Star Wars without getting nauseous. But I mean, if anything brings it up a couple of notches, it's Adam Driver playing the part of Kylo Ren. It's just obviously unfortunate he's got to play a little baby who swings on a lightsaber like a plastic stick and cries
right.
when he, stubs his toenail or something. But it is better that it's him, I guess. So
Yeah, but think about it. He's not talking to the public, like you said, of random things that don't apply to his job. So it was a job. He got paid. He did his work and moved on. And
yeah,
got to admire that.
but he didn't use it to virtue signal and
Right.
try to win brownie points with his peers in the
Right.
corporations and things. So that's why Adam Driver's awesome, and he might be hot, but I don't know. I'm a guy, so I can't tell. All right, no one laughed. That just fell flat.
No, I'm not going to laugh at it because I'm in the same boat. I don't look at guys.
Why? Why not, man? Oh, what do you guys think of this?
Too much testosterone. It's a little toxic. It's in me.
What do you guys think of this new Indiana Jones? Has anyone seen the trailer? Look pretty good. I mean, it looked fine, but the first trailer always looks good. The first trailer never has any of the political crap or whatnot. The first trailer always is the normal, this is what you remember kind of trailer, right? So,
Well, they got to
we
have a
shall
hook.
see. Well, here's my question. So, Indiana Jones had a son, right? In the Crystal, what was it, Crystal Skull movie. So why not have him with
Yep.
his son?
I think it's because Shia LaBeouf, one, is gone a little haywire in the
No,
skull.
that doesn't matter. He
So,
couldn't play him anyway. He's too old now. Well, like,
right.
oh, maybe he's
Well,
not.
that's
Maybe he's not.
true.
Maybe he's not. But he probably kind of looks
But
older anyway.
there is an
Yeah.
agenda over Hollywood.
Yeah.
Or Disney, where the males are being replaced by females. You see it everywhere. You can't deny it, and this is just part of the agenda. If the rumors are true. Because I personally think the Indiana Jones series should have ended, just done, not
On
even try
3?
to approach it and do something new. Well,
Really?
even with 4, even though 4 was a bad movie, it should just be done. Harrison Ford's too
Mm.
old. He's been breaking bones and things. Just let it go and think of something else.
Yeah,
So this
I
is a
know they
stretch.
can't. Well, they can't. This is what we've been through. They're intellectually bankrupt, so they don't really have any ideas or anything. So they got to say, well, let's just go for the message. That's what I like about the
Right.
critical drinker. He's got the message. If you've seen his videos, I got to rip that off.
Yeah.
So what's this? I can't even look at it. Yeah. Oh man, what? Blade Runner. Okay, here it is. All right, I'll let the trailer run without sound because once you put sound, I might get a copyright claim anyway. Because who knows? But the trailer looks kind of normal, right? There's nothing, and I actually like the chick in the trailer. If I can say chick anymore, that's probably an offensive people. But you know what I mean? Like I like the girl in the trailer. She
Right.
looked fine for her role, but it's like when you start seeing the movie in full context, when he can't get around anymore and he needs her help for everything, and she saves his life 3 times, and then she tells him how he's been a bad professor and that kind of thing. You're like, "What?" Like, like, "Oh, this isn't exactly what I signed up for." That's not what was in the trailer. The trailer looked pretty good.
Right. Yeah,
So,
no, it's the normal bait and switch.
yeah.
And
I've
we're all
seen
used
some.
to it. It's not 100%, but it's
Yeah, I
I
know it's
don't
not 100%,
trust
but
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
This guy Fet for Hire is on uh he's like crazy with the memes. Like every day he's got a new meme. Oh, there's my live. James Woods, do you not want to talk with me on my podcast? That's interesting. I don't remember retweeting that. I didn't retweet that. I guess I don't know what we're looking at now. We're just
There's
going
probably
down and
someone in your
down.
feed that likes it and it popped up in
Oh
yours.
yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know. Laura, can we
Nah, I'm
join
not gonna watch
locals
it.
if in the UK? Yeah, you probably can join locals from the UK. I don't really see why not. So, right. Here was my feed. Yeah, he's got another one. Doomcock was right. Some people watching this channel actually do know who Doomcock is. I mean, I guess he's big enough. He's got like 300,000 subs at this point. So, you know, I'm gonna think most of my audience is a little bit different of a community and doesn't know who he is. But I was pretty happy that quite a few people did in the chat last time. So,
He's an
all
entertainer.
right, that's true. I can't argue with that. But
Well, you've seen some of his lives where he sings and does various different things.
yeah,
So
yeah, but the thing is, he knows his shit. He knows pop culture. He knows the history of movies, entertainment. He knows what he's talking about. You know, so
right.
if some people like to bash Doomcock, like, oh, he's all rumors and he makes shit up, blah blah blah. Yeah, I get that, but he knows what he's talking about. So I don't listen to him because I want to find out what the next rumor is. I could wait 2 fucking months, whatever it is, to see how the movie is for myself. We'll see what happens. I watch him
Right.
because he actually has knowledge of pop culture and he's lived through it. You can tell he's been to the comic stores. He's watched, dozens of movies. He's done his homework. That's why I watch him, not because I think I'm getting some new rumor. You know, people make me actually. I'm not gonna say mad. I don't get mad anymore. I decide I'm not gonna get mad anymore. I'm trying to
Good
stick to it,
man.
except with my wife. That's but you know, exceptions to every rule.
You'll get there.
And
You won half the
yeah, but
battle.
I'm really trying. Even my mother-in-law, I'm trying not to get mad anymore. I'm really trying hard, but I've definitely got some, impulses because I was watching some Andrew Tate, and I only heard the name before, and I'm like, all right, let me see what the big deal is, and I agree with a lot of what he says, and it just makes. Have you ever heard him talk?
A little bit. A little
It
bit.
makes a lot of sense. He said like you go through your life and you say, well, I worked 8 hours today, so I'm going to go, watch a movie and relax. But that's not the right thing to do. You didn't, you've only got so much time, and just getting off work and just like relaxing and watching a movie is a waste of time. And that
There
makes sense.
was something I had done for years was it's physical and psychological training where you think, yeah, 8 hours. You just said it, 8 hours. We're trained 8 hours and then relax. But the human body is capable of so much more. And I think he's trying to point that out because instead of wasting time, you still have another 7 or 8 waking hours that you can do things and it
Yeah.
doesn't affect you at all poorly. Where if you sit down in front of a TV, you've just wasted that part of your life that you're never going to
Right.
get back.
Right. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're just simply watching things, so, um, and also he said like complaining is a real setback as far as using time. Like people complain about things as the problems are holding them back, and it wastes time. Because if you're complaining about what you can't change, which is a lot of times what you're complaining about, you're just wasting time. And it's just made such a good point. I never thought of like complaining as wasting time. You don't think of a thought as a waste of time. It's just a thought. You're still using time physically for whatever you need it to, but thoughts make you pause. They make you change what you're doing. They make you do different things. So, like, complaining is really a waste of time.
You're getting into my realm of expertise.
So
Um,
this, and this is what he was talking about. Like,
right.
and
And negative
I,
thoughts have energy. A lot of you probably know that experiment where you could put jars out of rice and just with a single word on it will cause it to denature at various or rot at various different patterns. And it's true, you can do it. If you put love on one versus anger on another, the anger one will mold more quickly than the other one.
interesting.
That's just how it is. But your thoughts do the same
Hmm.
thing. And you had the Lama on there, but all of these religions are keyed into something where a positive thought versus a complaining thought, the positive thoughts tend to generate a better life for not just for you, but for your pets or anything else that's around you. It's just a force of nature that no one talks about. So complaining really isn't just a waste of time. It also is a downward spiral to some degree. It's measurable.
No, I was saying to Bozette, not just any thought. I'm saying complaining, thinking
Right, right,
thoughts,
right, 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 right,
complaining. No, but I think Bozette
right,
thoughts aren't a waste of time. That's why the exercises focus mainly on your thoughts. Well, no, thoughts aren't. I'm not saying thoughts. I'm saying thoughts
right.
of complaining specifically is what I'm talking about. There are good thoughts, like the thought of remembering things, or the thought of sticking on a, keeping good habits and keeping those thoughts. I just meant specifically negative thoughts can usually be a waste of time. You can be
Yeah.
figuring out something with negative thoughts, like, well, I'll be negative about this, but I'm trying to figure out how it works, so I have to think about the negatives of it. But if you're just negative about something you can't change, you know, like if you got a scratch on your car and you go around complaining about it for like 3 days, you're wasting time. You're thinking about your car, you're thinking about the scratch on your car, and you're not getting anything done at that with that time. It's just wasting your time because you're getting aggravated as you're complaining about it and changing your patterns. Maybe you're washing the dishes and you're aggravated about this and you break a dish. Now that wastes like 15 minutes and $5. And if you get my drift, it's just not a good thing to have on your mind when it's just a scratch on your car. And people can, think about this kind of shit. And it's just like, it's just such a waste. Most of it's such a waste. So, you just kind of got to
You
really
talk about
focus
that
on
car thing. It was kind of interesting. It was several years ago. I got this brand new truck and drove it to work and it was paid for and everything. And I come out one afternoon after work and there was a big scratch along the side of it, just like you said. And I thought,
it.
all
Yeah.
right, well, that's insurance's deal, not mine. And I just let it go. Came 2 months later, a note came on the windshield with someone saying, I was the one who scratched your car. I'm very sorry. Didn't say who it was, didn't do any of that stuff. Nice accident.
Yeah,
But the
this guy
thing
got
is, that
lucky.
person,
Lucky
yeah,
twice.
right.
Well,
But
this
that
misses
person
him,
was,
and then that misses him. Oh, sorry.
that's okay. It's your show. I'm just rambling.
No. No, go right ahead. Yes.
No, it was just the fact that the person mulled over it for 2 months and the truck was already fixed. It was something where they would have came up front, been honest about it. They could have walked away from it and just been done. Instead, it's eating them alive, and it probably still bothers them today because they didn't leave their name or didn't contribute to the repairs.
Right. Well, change the subject from that for a second. Here's a chimpanzee paying for a pizza. It's
I
really.
like this guy's reaction.
Is it a guy? It's actually a woman.
I don't know. It's Russia. Maybe it is a woman.
That
Yep,
looks
you're
like a
right.
dog. That looks like an upright dog, man. That doesn't look like a chimpanzee. It's just all right. This is what my content's turning into, man. From giant Depp to chimpanzee receiving a pizza. So, yeah. Oh, there it is. This is the one.
There's the man
Yeah, this
who
got
needs a shave.
almost 500 views. That got more than like some of my recent videos that kind of perform bad. It's just
I,
me, like with my son there, and like there's no context, there's no content. I'm not really saying anything, and some news comes out that's like not like incredibly spicy, but big, and it gets like I don't know about the same views as that.
It's a smiling, beautiful child, and it makes people feel good. So they're going to watch it.
Yeah. Well,
They're not looking at the old man closer to the camera.
I'm going to the amusement park tomorrow, and I'm already going to be up to like 2 a.m. So it's not going to be fun. It's going to be very stressful. I'm gonna have to maybe make some video
Positive
before
thoughts.
I go to sleep. So yeah, but yeah, that reminds me, I'm a little over an hour here, so probably gonna wrap it up kind of soon. Okay, this is getting down to where I was on my last live stream, going in complete circles here. So if anyone's still watching this one and they watched the one last week, they'll see I kind of scrolled over the same tweets. All right, yeah, I got a John Talks. Yeah, John Talks got totally political, which is fine, but kind of missed the good
I don't know
old.
if you even know much about Michigan. Talk about stress. I feel for him. I'm glad I moved out of there.
Yeah, right. He didn't live so far away from you. Well, this isn't
No, he
political.
was
This is
pretty close.
fun. Yeah, cool guy. I mean, once he like kind of exploded with the Biden clips, kind of got out of the community, stopped mingling with people and shit.
Yeah.
He still kind of live streams to everybody. I used to get on his live streams, and like whoever he used to go on like smaller YouTubers. Now he's just do these clips.
Right.
But I guess it works, and it's a lot harder than it looks. Because you see like a 40-second clip.
Yeah,
and
he's got to be reading all the time.
Yeah.
To keep up with politics and everything else.
Yeah, he's constantly reading shit. He's constantly clipping shit together. He's constantly, thinking of a way to make it kind of a joke. He's got to find the contradiction of it and why he thinks it's true and how the other side got it wrong. It's like, it must be crazy, man. So, and he does like 3 a day or 2 a day or something. So, I'm still his patron for like the last 2 years.
Dedicated.
Him and Doomcock. But so yeah, and I don't really watch the channel so much. I just kind of, all right, keep going, guys. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched any of his things in the past year.
I check out his clips. They pop up. They're like 40 seconds. So what the heck? All right, but yeah. Okay, he's got this oddly. He likes these like weird tweets, like these like under this like really like
Right.
I
Right.
forgot the English, man. What's the English word for like deep sea? Like really really deep sea. What is that one again?
Deep sea.
Yeah. like deeper than deep, like the real bottom
Well,
of
if
the
there's a
ocean.
word, yeah, if there's a word, I can't think of it either.
Right.
I did a article for
What
top
is
fives on deep sea stuff, some of the new finds, but I don't recall the words from
that
it.
was in China supposedly, so red sky? That's weird. Maybe it's the flag. All
Yeah.
right. Lava.
Yep.
Hmm. But you know what? I gotta wrap this up because it's gonna be like 1 o'clock where I am.
Man, I don't want to
So,
keep the kids up.
yeah. Yeah, I gotta wrap it up, guys. I actually read an article on this live, so that's kind of cool. So it's got some content in the beginning, then it devolves into you coming on and us just saying complete random stuff. Some entertaining, some just meant to pass the time and move on, basically. But
Mind-numbing waste of time. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
I think you meant go to bed. See?
Someone else is tired.
Yeah, go to bed. Well, you can't correct it once it's on the live stream. You could retype it, but I think you meant go to bed. Thank you, Laura, for stopping by. Thank you, Bernice, for stopping by. Thank you, Jan, for that super price. You'll be on my wall of super chats that I got. Thank you, Chunky Monkey. Thank you, Williams, for stopping by. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Bernice. And thank you for the membership. Really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. I can't say appreciate anymore. Oh, Lord. If I wasn't so honest, I'd probably enjoy doing this a little bit more. I'm so honest, I make myself nervous. Okay. So I'm seeing repeats. Nikki, Chunky Monkey, both set. You guys get double thanks. I'm not seeing any new names here, but I guess it's all my problem. So that was like the best. What's up, Astrid? Nice to see you. That was, by the way, what's up, Trog? I think just got here, but a little bit late. Little bit late. What's up, Heather? Heather's here. Very late. It's like almost an hour and 30 in it. But thank you so much, Heather, for the membership. And I got to get on a membership video, and I've been saying that for a year and not been doing so well on it. But now that I've seen some Andrew Tate talk, then I'm going to maybe get motivated. Thank you
There you
so
go.
much, Nikki. But yeah, really got to go. Got to think of a video to make before I go to sleep at like 3 a.m. Adega, if you want to say anything, then. Oh,
No,
wait,
just thanks for having me on.
45 minutes. I didn't see your chats though. I must have been.
Oh, you've got a lot of lurkers. You have 50 people and you can only see about 10 names on it. You got a lot of lurkers.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, because it's 50, but people come and go, so it's actually more. But yeah, no, Heather, I miss your chats and I apologize, but there's no way I could go back in time and fix it, or not even a great way I could make it up to you, except to say I'm sorry. And I say I'm sorry a lot, believe it or not, because I make a lot of mistakes, and yeah. But yeah, I gotta go. Adega, you want to say anything?
Nah, just thanks for having me on.
If I said I gotta go, but I never left, how long would you actually tolerate that before you just left? I could just keep doing this all night for like the next 3 hours, and how many people would like stick it out? And have you ever seen a YouTuber do that before? We got to do that to someone one time.
Actually, I think I have. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them do it.
We got to invite a guest on, and then we just keep doing this, and we'll do it for like half an hour. All right, we got to go. I'm gonna thank everyone. Yeah, all right. YouTube Rex, thank you for coming on. All right, then just sit there for like a minute, then just answer another comment. They're gonna be like, "Well, wait, can I leave? Can I leave?" And they might then say it again. All right, good night, guys. See you next time. Just keep doing this to them for like half an hour. Then we clip it out and say, "Hey, dude, you fell for that," and we had this planned out. Make a video of it. No, I really got to go. I guess you got nothing to say. Buy Dega's book.
No. Yeah, well, they've got 5 books out now.
For his own good. He was probably a nice guy. It probably hurt him in life a little bit here and there. Then he smartened up when it was too late, like I did. All right, guys.